Hey Drip Droppers, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're making another fluid art project. We're going to do a zone pour today, and we're going to use leftover paints. Those are, what I mean by leftover paints, are the paints that you made up for other projects, but you didn't use all the way up. And you might have made them with varnish in this one, and polyurethane in this one, and golden in this one, golden gloss, all kinds of things. You can take those paints and you can still make things with them. So here we go. We're going to use this album. Now, this didn't cost very much, and the reason I like to use these albums like this is because they don't cost much. I mean, you can usually find them for maybe 25 cents. You can cover the back, and then I use shipping tape just to cover the hole, and then pour my paint on it. It's a great way to practice, especially if you're a beginner, because it doesn't cost very much. And also, if you're like me and you make up a lot of paints and love to make a lot of projects, but you've got all this paint left over, this is perfect. And I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, so what I like to do is keep a running list of all the paints that I've made up, and then use those to make my next projects before I move on. This wastes less paint and also comes out with some really surprising and amazing projects. All right, so today we're gonna do the record, and I've made my zones up that I wanna do. I've laid out my notes on this. I'm ready to go, so let's get started. Okay, first, I usually will make sure that it's level. So this looks like my record is level here. I've got it on a spinner. Now this is an Erica Hughes spinner, but I'll link to some below in case you need a spinner. But you can get all kinds of spinners of all types, of all kinds. Really love this one. It's really nice. Oh, and I've got it on this fluid art mat, pour mat. I got this from fluid-art.co, and I love these mats because you can pour the paint right off when you're done. So they're amazing. All right, so we're going to be using, to start us off, we're going to use Color to Go. Green Bay is the name of the color. Now, I got this one. It was in the mist tint pile. When I went to Sherwin-Williams, they usually will ask me if I want any of the mist tints because I tell them what I do. And those I can get for a discount, so I really like those. I think this is Green Bay, but it's a mist tint. So we're going to see how it comes out today. Oh man, look at that. Ooh, it's got a skin on it. I don't know if you can see this, but let's see if I can pour it. It's got a big skin on it. Oh my gosh. So let me start by getting that skin off it. Oh my gosh. And this does happen. And this happens especially if you get like a mist tint or something like that. All right, so. I'm going to stir it up a minute. That one's a fun one, right? All right, so I'm going to stir it up. Love Sherwin-Williams. If their paint is too thick, I thin it. If it's too thin, I thicken it. In this case, I really like this. I think my colors are going to sit nice on top of it. It's thicker than what I'm going to be using with my colors. And that's what I want. Thickest paint is my pillow, a little bit thinner for the layers, and then my cell activator is going to be thinner than that. All right, so here we go. Sorry, record, you're getting poured on. All right. And let's move this out of the way. Okay. So let's see if I got enough paint here. Now, this is going to be a zone pour. So actually, I'm going to put more paint on it. I'd like a little more. I like till it gets out kind of past the halfway mark. All right. That looks a little better. Okay. And then also I'm just looking to make sure my paint doesn't have anything in it. Sometimes, especially when you're using paint that's been sitting around a while, it might have some little bits in it and you want to take those out. Okay, perfect. So next, let's see. So I'm going to do my zones. So reading off my list, cobalt teal, greenish blue, and deep turquoise. So cobalt teal. Now, let's see here. Is this one cobalt teal? Now remember, these are old mystery paints. This one has nothing on it, no markers on it. Oh, wait, it does say golden teal on the top. So this one looks fine. And because it's a zone pour, I'm just going to pick a zone and start making it. So I'm going to do it just like this. Now I'm going to do a little, just like that. Now I thinned these because with fluid art, it's all about getting the right consistency. So, let's use it all up too. Zone pour. Okay, use it all up. Goodbye, color. Oops. Didn't want to do that. Got my table. All right. Next up is greenish blue. Now, let's see here. This one, I wasn't sure if it was greenish blue or not because this one has nothing on the label. So we're just going to do that with it. All right. After that, we've got, we found greenish blue. Here's greenish blue. I'm going to put that one on. And I'm doing kind of a ribbon drift pour. I'm not really worried about it. I'm just going to get my paint on. Okay. And next up is deep turquoise. That'd be this one. Wow, that color almost matches the Green Bay. And then Prussian blue is next. Ooh. Oh, I can't wait to see how this turns out. This is going to be amazing. Okay, zone 2 is going to have tail feather. So here's my zone 2 next. Now, as you can see, these are not, exactly perfect. Some of these have different things in them. Okay. Abalone is next. So we're doing abalone. Ooh, there's not much to this one. So ooh. And I splattered it, but that's okay. In fact, what you can do here is bring one zone into the next so they come along together. Remember, these are just leftovers. All right, next up we have interference blue, which is this one. So here we go. We're going to go down a little bit into this one. All right, that's interference blue. Next zone is going to be Diox purple. That's this one. Okay. Remember, these are all leftover paints. Okay. And then pearl violet. Okay, so last one is going to be this pearl violet. And this one I'm going to do on both of these. All right. Wow, look at that. Wow. Next, we're going to pop the bubbles. Because I just mixed these up and thinned them, you can see I've got bubbles. So I'm going to start by getting rid of the bubbles. I'm just using a kitchen torch. Wow, I got a lot of bubbles over here. There we go. You could also take a stick too and pop those bubbles. Something like this, where you pop them. All right. Well, that's interesting right there. All right, I can see I've got some things happening. Now, what I like to do at this point is just kind of also maybe just put some ribbons in there of color. Like that. Let's go around this way. Oh, this is going to be so great. I have no idea how this is going to come out, you guys. This is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So, I guess the first question is, what shall we do next? Still see a lot of bubbles. So let me get rid of those. Now, one thing I can do is just spin, but I've got a lot of layers there and I'm thinking, well, hey, all right, so I think what I could do here is maybe get some cells. So I've got some cell activator here. And I think what I'm going to do is just put some on my palette knife here. Just like this. Oh, I got a lot. So I got to get some of this off. Okay. And then now I could just swipe, or I could swipe through some patterns. And since I want it to be a zone pour, I think what I'm going to do is just kind of this. Just like that. Now this is also old cell activator. I went old with everything. I did not make new cell activator. Wow, that's really pretty so far. I almost think I could, maybe do some more cell activator. Love this. I can't wait till this starts spinning. Actually, this paint is gorgeous. I see some beautiful colors coming up. I'm going to leave this down at the bottom. I'm going to leave the purple without putting cells in it. I'm just going to do this with it. That'll be nice. And I think what I'm going to do is also just right here, just like that. And let's just see what happens when we start spinning. Okay. Wow. What is this going to be, you guys? Love it. Okay. Oh, we better get that out of the way. This is going to be so beautiful. Look at that. Let's give it another spin. Wow. Love this. Love it, love it, love it. Now, let's see. Is there anything I want to do to it? I feel like up here, it's probably going to spin off. I love these colors that are coming up here. But these ends are probably going to spin off. There's a lot of paint on here, so I'm just going to help it slightly. Get it moving. I love this. I really love the purple at the bottom a lot. Wow. Oh, look at that. The gold is rather unexpected. I didn't realize there must have been gold in those paints somehow. Or it made gold, actually. Wow, look at that. See if I can put it so you can see it. Look at that. Look at all the gold in it. Wow. That's crazy. Let me turn it so you can see it here. Wow, look at that. I love it. I think that the purple is going to just fall off. The purple and this blue. I kind of like them, but I think they're going to fall off. But let's give it a few more spins, because one thing when you're making a project like this, you want to spin off the extra paint. If you leave it on, what will happen is the paint will crack as it's drying. I love that we have just minimal cells on this. Oh, it's very, very pretty. It's so interesting, the blue up here. But I can still tell there's a lot of paint on it. So let's help it get a little more off here. I kind of want to keep that blue. It looks kind of cool. But I don't think I'm going to be able to. It kind of looks, I kind of like it just like that. Wow, beautiful. Oh, I think I'm going to leave it just like this. I love the gold in it, these gold pops. If you start watching some other channels, you're going to see too that there's all kinds of different things you can do with fluid art. You can do a dirty pour, a ring pour, a mystery pour, a ribbon pour, a wandering ring pour. There's a lot of different techniques you can use. And the great part is, besides that, you can make up your own. I just love this. This is just beautiful. I'm calling it a zone pour. I'm going to pop the bubbles on it, then I'm going to film it for you so you can see how it turns out. Great. This is great. I'll see you next time. Oh, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. See you later. Bye.